when consuming mushrooms, is there a difference between supplemental mushroom intake versus whole food mushroom intake? And that's a great question. And mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms, are gaining in popularity as the research shows lots of benefits for them, including for immune function, cancer, uh, uh, focus, and many other areas. So for immune function, basically all the mushrooms help in immune function, but key species there would be reishi and cordyceps and turkey tail, also known as Coriolis. There's no turkey in it. For cancer, reishi is another one, or placed there as well. Shiitake. Sorry if I spell these wrong. And actually, we can put any here because we've done a video. I've done a video in the past where I covered a study that showed as an association study, not a causal study, but it showed that people that ate more mushrooms of any type each day had a significant reduction in cancers. And so on some level, even in that paper, they said, they were studying just like button mushrooms from the grocery store. So any level of mushroom intake can be helpful, at least as it relates to cancer on some level. And then focus, lion's mane is a very commonly used mushroom for focus and cognitive function. And so all of these can be found in supplement form, and they can all be found as a whole food form. So to answer Niraj's question is there a difference between the two and should we do one more than the other? The answer would be yes, there's a difference between the two. And then should we do one more than the other? The answer would probably be yes as well. And so to question one, what's the difference? Well, we want to consider dosage, and we want to consider, standardization. And we want to consider source of active ingredients. And then for answer two, should we consume more than one of the other? Yes, and that would be the whole food version. Because the whole food's giving you everything, right? It's easier to, well, sometimes it's easier to get, and it's tends to be less pricey than taking the supplement. However, when we're looking at question one, what's the difference between the two? Dosage of the active ingredients that you're looking for is going to be different in a supplement versus whole food, because a supplement will be oftentimes is standardized to contain a certain amount. So if you look at if you bought a cordyceps supplement or a lion's mane supplement, if you turn it around to the back, it'll say lion's mane, and then in parentheses, it might say standardized to contain 50% active, some Latin name for what lion's mane is, right? So that capsule, if it's 300 milligram capsule of lion's mane, if it's standardized, to contain at least 50% of the active ingredient, at least 150 milligrams of that 300 milligrams in the capsule is lion's mane. Might be more, but if it's standardized properly, it shouldn't be less. Okay. So, whereas if you pick a mushroom out of the ground that contains lion's mane, the dosage will vary, per mushroom, because each mushroom is a different size and was pulled out of different soil and had different weather and environment and all that when it was growing. So that, if you're taking it for a specific purpose and you want a specific dosage and you want to know you're getting, that dosage, then the supplement is going to be helpful because those are often standardized and, you know, separated into capsules that have a specific dose. And then the source of the ingredients matters. This matters on two levels. On the first level, it matters, if you're eating the whole food mushroom, where is it from? Like literally, where did you get it? Get it. And so if you have mushrooms growing on your property, again, like I said a moment ago, if you pick one in one location and then walk 100 yards and pick another one, the soil and the sunlight and the dampness and all of that could be different in those two spots. And those things influence the how much active ingredient that mushroom contains compared to the one you picked 100 yards away. So that varies. But then when we're talking about supplements, the source of the ingredient matters both where did they pick it from and where in the world did it come from, because that again implicates the soil and the weather and all that. But then also the source, the second meaning for source is what part of the actual plant are they getting it from? If you look at mushroom supplements, again, if we go back to lion's mane or any of these reishi, cordyceps, and you buy a bottle and you turn that bottle around, again, it might say 50%, standardized to contain 50% active ingredient. And then it'll say of or sourced from fruiting body or mycelium oftentimes. And these are two different parts of the plant, and oftentimes the fruiting body is the better source of the active ingredient that you're looking for. And the fruiting body is what you want to see on the supplement, on that label. So if you're going to buy the supplements, seek to, whenever you can, get one that is sourced from fruiting body versus mycelium. So there is a difference between the two, and that difference will determine, will matter more or less depending on what your goal is in consuming the mushroom. If it's for just health, then whole food. For general health, if it's a specific, like, hey, I want to raise my white blood cells, and turkey tail or Coriolis has been shown to be helpful with that, then it's probably better to take the supplement with a standardized dose, so you know how much you're taking in and can follow that with your labs. Like, hey, I've taken this dose for this long, and my white count on my labs has gone up this much over that amount of time. It helps you measure your success in achieving your intention.